Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are doing great. If you are passionate about quality management system, ISO standards, auditing and continuous improvement, then you are in the right place. I truly appreciate to welcome you to our brand new training series on ISO 9001-2026. This series is designed to help you to understand the latest revision of the world's most widely adopted quality management system standards in a simple, practical and a professional way. Unlike many overview videos available in online, this series will take you through ISO 9001-2026 clause by clause, explaining every important updates in details. We will discuss what has changed from ISO 9001-2015, why those changes were introduced, practical implementation guidelines, audit expectation, real-world examples, and transition tip for organization. Whether you are a quality manager, management representative, internal auditor, lead auditor, ISO consultant, engineering professional, or a student, this playlist will help you to prepare confidently for the transition to ISO 9001-2026. Before we begin, I have a small request. If you found this training valuable, please take a moment to support this channel. Like the video, share it with your colleagues, friends, and fellow quality professionals so more people can benefit from this free learning initiative. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the upcoming episode on this series. Your support motivates me to continually creating high quality educational content for the professional community. In this video, I encourage you to pause wherever you came across an important concept or major change. Take a few moments to make short note. Writing down key points help reinforce your learning, make it much easier to remember requirements when you implement them in your organization or preparing for the audit. And I love to hear from you. After watching this video, leave a comment below and tell me which change ISO 9001-2026 do you think will have the biggest impact on your organization. Will it be an introduction of quality culture, the focus on ethical behavior, the clear separation of risk and opportunities, or perhaps the strengthening requirement of management of change? Let's start the meaningful discussion in the comment section and learn from each other's experience. Finally, if it is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to explore our other playlist. In addition to ISO 9001-2026 training series, you will also find the comprehensive training on ISO 9001, ISO 45001, quality management systems, internal and lead auditor concept, professional management explained through real industry experience, oil and gas podcast with the professional discussion. There is something valuable here for every quality and QHC professional. Thank you once again for joining. Now let's begin our journey to ISO 9001-2026 and explore the future of quality management system. Let's get started. Before we dive into the change, let us understand one important question. What exactly is an FDIS? FDIS stands for Final Draft International Standard. This is not just another draft. It is the final technical version of the standard before the official publication. At this stage, the technical requirements are considered fixed. That means organizations, auditors can confidently start reviewing the new requirement and preparing for the transition. While the official publication is still pending, it is highly unlikely that the technical content will be changed significantly from this version. So yes, the transition journey has officially begun. Now here is something interesting. Many people expected ISO 9001-2026 to be a completely new standard, but that is not actually the case. ISO 9000-2026 is not a revolution, it is an evolution. Think about upgrading your smartphone. The phones still look familiar, the operating system is similar, most of the apps still work, but behind the scene there are smart features. Better security, improved performance, and much better user experience. That is exactly what ISO 9001-2026 does. If you are already familiar with ISO 9001-2015, the structure, the clause, and the overall philosophy will still feel similar. However, several important improvements has been introduced that reflect how organizations actually operate today. Let's pause for a moment and think about the last 10 years. The world was changed drastically. The workplace has changed. Many employees now work remotely. Teams collaborate across different countries and time zones. Digital transformation has accelerated. Artificial intelligence has become part of every business. Supply chain has become more interconnected than ever. Organizations are facing cyber risk, global disruption, changing customer expectation, and increasing demand for resilience. Because of these changes, quality management also needs to evolve. That's exactly why ISO 9001-2026 has been revised. One of the most important messages from the new standard is this: being compliant is no longer enough. Yes, Meeting ISO requirement is important, but simply ticking the box does not guarantee success. Your quality management system must actually work. It must support your people, support your organization, support your process, support your business objective, and most importantly, it must create value. The new revision repeatedly reminds the organization that effectiveness is more important than paperwork. Now let's look at the biggest changes introduced in the ISO 9001-2026. There are several updates, but 6 major changes stand out. Let's explore them one by one. Change number 1. New terms and definitions. Previously, ISO 9001-2015 simply referred the users to ISO 9004 definition. Now, ISO 9001-2026 directly include many important management system terms and quality management definition. Why is this important? Because misunderstanding often begin with a different interpretation. By placing the definition directly inside the standard, everyone, auditors, consultants, and organization can work from the same understanding. This improves consistency across the globe. Change number 2. Quality culture and ethical behavior. This is probably the biggest and most talked about the change in ISO 9001-2026. For the first time, standard explicitly introduced a requirement related to quality culture and ethical behavior. You will find them in two spots. Clause 5.1.1 under leadership, clause 7.3 under awareness. They were also mentioned in the note for clause 7.1.4 about the work environment. Think about that. Quality is no longer only about procedures, documents, checklists, or inspection. Quality now starts with people, their mindset, their behavior, their decisions, their values, and willingness to do the right thing even when nobody is watching. Top management now has much greater responsibility. They must actively promote a culture where quality becomes everyone's responsibility. Employees should understand why quality matters, not simply because the procedures say so, but because they genuinely believe in delivering values. For auditors, this also changes the way audits are conducted. Auditors will need to evaluate not only documents evidence but also leadership behavior, employee awareness, organizational value, and how quality is demonstrated throughout the organization. This is a significant shift. Change 3. Change number 3. Risk and opportunities are now clearly separated. In ISO 9001-2015, risk and opportunities were discussed together. Many organizations struggle to distinguish between the two. ISO 9000-2026 solved this issue. Now, standard introduced separate requirement for determining risk, action to address risk, and action to address opportunities. Clause 6.1.1 is now called determining risk and opportunities. Clause 6.1.2 now called the action to address risk. And there is a brand new clause 6.1.3 called action to address opportunities. This creates greater clarity. Organization will now think differently. Managing risk means preventing problem. Managing opportunities means improving performance. Although both are related, they require different thinking, different planning, and often different action. Change number 4. Stronger management of change. Every organization experiences change. New technology, new software, new suppliers, new organizational structure, also new customer requirement. But implementing change isn't enough anymore. ISO 9001-2026 now requires organizations to communicate change effectively, monitor the implementation, evaluate whether the change actually worked, and review the result. In simple words, don't just make change. Manage them properly, measure them, learn from them, and improve them. Change number 5. Much better Annex A. Many people ignored Annex A in ISO 9001-2015, but in ISO 9001-2026, that would be a mistake. Annex A has been completely expanded. Almost every clause now includes explanation that clarify the intent behind the requirement. Remember, Annex A does not create any requirement. It simply helps users better understand how to interpret and apply the standard correctly. This will become extremely valuable resource, especially for new auditors, quality professionals, and organizations interpreting ISO 9000 for the first time. Change number 6. Annex B has been removed. The previous Annex B mainly listed other ISO Technical Committee 176 standard. This information is no longer kept as a separate annex. Instead, reference has been integrated into new Annex A. New Annex A making the standard simpler and easier to navigate. So, what is overall message? ISO itself describes this as a technical version. description is accurate isn't a complete rewrite. The familiar framework remains, the 7 quality management principles remain, process approach remains, risk-based thinking remains, continuous improvement remains, and customer focus remains. But several important areas has been strengthened to reflect today's business reality, especially leadership, quality culture, ethical behavior, risk management, opportunity management, and change management. These are the areas organizations should start a review immediately. In this episode, we learned that ISO FDIS 9001-2026 is why the standard has been revised, how today's business environment influenced the change, and the 6 major updates introduced in the new edition. Upcoming videos, we will explore every clause of ISO 9001-2026 one by one, comparing it with ISO 9001-2015, understand the practical implementation requirement, discuss audit evidence, review real organization examples, and learn exactly how the organization should prepare for the transition. So make sure you don't miss the next episode. If you found this video helpful, share it with your colleagues, quality professionals, and fellow auditors, because understanding the changes today means being prepared for tomorrow's audits. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode where we begin our clause by clause journey through ISO 9001-2026.